Imagine this, a fiery plane crash, a family that seems almost relieved, and a ghost that's coming back hell-bent on revenge. Today, we're going to break down this insane story of betrayal, corporate greed, and some truly terrifying supernatural justice.
So let's start at what is, without a doubt, the most terrifying moment of the entire story. A young woman, Prachi, is in her room and she comes face to face with the ghost of her father, Sanket. He's half burnt, he's supposed to be dead, and he's standing right in front of her. This single moment, this impossible return, is what kicks everything into high gear.
So, the big question is, how on earth did we get here? To really understand what's going on with this chilling comeback, we've got to hit rewind and go back to see how this whole nightmare began.
Okay, so picture this. We're 6 days earlier, and we see this powerful industrialist, Sanket Vishwakarma. He's on his private jet, totally in his element, yelling on the phone about some deal he's rejecting. And then, in an instant, his entire world just explodes. The official story that comes out? A tragic accident. But you and I both know, it's never that simple.
And that official story, well, it starts to fall apart almost immediately. The first cracks really start to show when you look at how his so-called grieving family is acting.
What's so weird is the timeline of it all. There's this coldness, you know? The family shows up at the funeral looking completely stoic, almost robotic. And then, just 5 days, after her father's fiery death, Prachi makes a move to take over the entire company. It doesn't feel like grief. It feels like a power play. And that, right there, is our first huge red flag.
Okay, to really get what's happening, you need to know who's who in this messed up family drama. First, you've got Prachi, the daughter. On the surface, she seems like she's just trying to protect her dad's legacy. Then there's her mom, Suchitra, the grieving widow who seems weirdly disconnected from it all. Don't forget Sanjeev, Sanket's younger brother, who's acting like the company should have been his all along. And finally, there's Harsh, Prachi's boyfriend, who seems like the perfect supportive partner. You're going to want to keep these four in mind because their real motives are the keys to this whole conspiracy.
Yeah, the official report can say whatever it wants, but come on. The emotionless funeral, that super fast corporate takeover, all the tension bubbling up in the family, it all just screams that something is very, very wrong here. The truth is just waiting to be uncovered.
All right, now this is where things get really juicy. Let's follow the evidence because a few suspicious money transfers and some secret meetings are about to blow the lid off this whole accident story.
The first big piece of the puzzle is a massive one, a 6 crore rupee transfer. Prachi herself authorized it, sending it to some totally unknown account. I mean, for a family that's supposed to be in mourning, that is a huge and deeply suspicious amount of money. Who was it for? And more importantly, why? And when you hear what she says on the secret phone call, it just gives you chills. That's not how you talk when you're making a business deal. That's the sound of a threat. It sounds like she's trying to pay someone off to just go away.
While all this is going on, the family is just completely imploding. Prachi is desperately trying to hold on to what her dad built, but her own mother and uncle are ganging up on her, demanding she hand over control of the business. And this ugly power struggle, it ends up exposing something even uglier. A secret, long-running affair between her mom, Suchitra, and her uncle, Sanjeev. Just a whole new level of betrayal.
And here's where it all comes together. This wasn't just a simple family squabble. Oh no, it was a full-blown conspiracy, and the puppet master was this vengeful minister, Rao Singh. He planted his own son, Harsh, the boyfriend, as a spy. He played on Sanjeev's ambition, and he used the affair to make Suchitra help pressure Prachi. The truth is, Sanket was surrounded by enemies way before he ever stepped foot on that plane.
And right when you think the bad guys have won, right when it seems like the conspiracy is a success, bam! The story takes a hard left turn into the supernatural. The game is far from over. In fact, the quest for justice is just getting started.
See, this isn't your typical spooky ghost story. This ghost is on a mission. In one terrifying conversation, Sanket lays out the entire plot for Prachi. That 6 crores? It wasn't blackmail money. It was a donation to charity he'd promised. The plane crash wasn't an accident. It was a bomb. And with that, Prachi goes from being this confused victim to his #1 ally in revenge.
And Sanket's ghost isn't just flying around randomly. He's a strategist. He has a meticulous, step-by-step plan for justice. First, he arms his daughter with the truth.
Then, he starts hunting the conspirators one by one, starting with the snake who betrayed his daughter's trust and working his way all the way to the top.
And that first act of revenge, it is swift and it is brutal. Just as harsh, the spy boyfriend is about to poison Prachi's coffee. Sanket's ghost appears in the office pantry. The kill is terrifying, and the message couldn't be clearer. This revenge isn't just for him. It's about protecting his daughter.
So this bloody path of vengeance leads us straight to the man at the top of the food chain. We're heading into the final showdown, where the guy who started this whole mess is about to come face to face with the ghost he created. And in a perfect, twisted bit of poetic justice, where does this final confrontation happen? On a private jet, of course. The same kind of stage as the original murder. Minister Umrao Singh is up there, popping champagne, thinking Prachi is dead and that he's won. He has absolutely no idea what's coming for him.
And then, click, the cabin is thrown into total darkness. The celebration just stops. All that arrogance and confidence, gone, replaced with pure, cold fear.
And in the flickering chaos of the emergency lights, there he is. Sanket's ghostly, half-burned figure appears right in front of the men who had him killed. You can just imagine the absolute horror in that cabin.
The jet comes screaming down from the sky, and down below, standing in the middle of the fiery wreckage, is Sanket's spirit. His vengeance is finally complete. He took them out in the exact same way they took him out, an eye for an eye.
So this incredibly dark story ends with justice being served from beyond the grave. But it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Does that kind of violent, eye-for-an-eye revenge actually end the cycle of evil? Or does it just plant the seeds for the next tragedy?